newscast and it for us for the Thursday Night Football season. The big game, though, is ahead. Kyle Kraska here with the pregame show. Kyle.
Yeah, we've got a big, giant Thursday night in store, and we are counting down to the huge AFC Western Division matchup between the 9-4 Chiefs and the 8-5 Chargers. It is the third head-to-head battle between the quarterbacks, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, with each QB having claimed a victory so far, including the Chargers' Week 3 30-24 win in Kansas City. For the next 30 minutes, we're going to get you ready for football as the Chargers look for their third consecutive win.
Fox 11 Sports Wrap, sponsored by your SoCal Hyundai dealer. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is going on now. New vehicles are arriving just in time for the holidays with winter-only savings on all models. It's your journey. Own it at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today.
And welcome to the Sports Wrap pregame show presented by Hyundai. I am Kyle Kraska. I am joined here in studio on set.
It's amazing.
By the great Ron Pitts.
Feels so good to be here.
It's so nice to have you. Nice to see you. We've got an awful lot to get through over the next half hour as we get you ready for football tonight between the Chargers and the Chiefs. But, you know, the big question, and this has been the news all week long in the NFL, we've got to ask it, could we possibly see a forfeit this weekend in football? You've got the Rams, you've got the Browns, you've got the Washington football team all missing significant pieces to their roster. How is the NFL going to power through this weekend?
The COVID spike in the NFL, it's here. This time of year, it was kind of expected, Kyle. The NFL has been very aggressive. They've been talking about it. They've made statements about what they're going to do. They've upped the protocol, and they've made a slight change on it, which we'll get into later on. But basically, it's a little bit easier now for players to test negative, get back on the field faster.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do, right? Because with the number of cases we've seen this week, record number of positive COVID cases,
right.
You have so many players that could potentially miss time. In fact, there are some that are calling for games to be postponed this weekend, like Saturday's game between the Browns and the Raiders. The NFL doesn't want to do that. Some say they should just scratch all the games this weekend.
Well, the NFL learned their lesson from last year. They lost a lot of money. We know that, okay? That's the plain truth of it. And the Cleveland Browns you're talking about there, that Raider game, they've got 15 plus people, including staff members, that have been affected by COVID. So the NFL is trying to figure out how to dance between this thing. They don't want to lose any more money, but they also want to be safe. They want to follow Alan Sills and what he says regarding CDC guidelines. So it's a tricky slope right now. Very tricky.
You get no Baker Mayfield for the Browns. Case Keenum,
third string quarterback,
testing positive. Now they go to a third string. I mean, could we see a case like we saw last year with the Denver Broncos putting a wide receiver out there?
Absolutely. You know we will.
All right, let's get to the game at hand tonight. The Chargers with multiple injuries listed as game time decision. So let's go live to SoFi Stadium. Mark Rogandino has an update for us. Mark.
Well, gentlemen, first, it is great to see you on this Thursday night. Yeah, exactly. While the league is focusing on COVID-19 issues right now and players possibly missing games, of course, you also have to talk about injuries. And specifically for the LA Chargers, you got three pretty big names that the Chargers are focusing in on. Derwin James in the back of the secondary. I am told that he is likely to go tonight. Remember, he's had a hamstring injury, so he's going to need to go through his entire pregame routine to make sure that that hamstring is good to go against the Chiefs tonight. Also in the secondary, Asante Samuel Jr. Remember, he's missed several weeks with concussion issues, and he is not likely to play tonight. That's a big miss for the secondary of the LA Chargers. If you think about it, because this is a Thursday game, that makes it that much more difficult to clear Samuel. Maybe if it's a Saturday or a Sunday game, you get those extra couple of days to get him through that concussion protocol. But again, it's doubtful we will see him on defense for the Chargers tonight. But the bit of good news, if you're really looking for it, Austin Eckler. Of course, he's been one of the most prolific backs out of the backfield in all of the NFL this season, especially when getting into the end zone. I am told the ankle is good to go tonight. He might be on a pitch count, which might mean we might see guys like James step into the backfield, Justin James that is, and get a couple of, Justin Jackson, excuse me, and get a couple of snacks. But the good news is Eckler is good to go, expected to play on that ankle, but he just might be on limited number of snaps tonight, guys.
All right, Mark, thanks so much. We'll check back with you in a little bit. Ron, in the meantime, what a great opportunity for the Chargers tonight at home. One game behind the Chiefs in the AFC West. If they win this game, the two are tied, but that would give the Chargers the head-to-head tiebreaker, so they would be the top seed in the West.
Exactly. So they're one game behind the Chiefs, and this is going to be a big game because remember now, game one, the Chargers went into Arrowhead, and the Chiefs were struggling there. They're not the same team they are right now. The Chargers were able to get that win on them, playing much better all the way around. The Chargers are, especially Justin Herbert. I mean, that to me, Kyle, is the